This is Pumpkin Field.
Welcome to MojoPlays.
And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Halloween-themed levels. For this list, we'll be looking at levels from non-horror games that best encapsulate the spirit of All Hallows Eve. Which level brings out your Halloween spirit? Let us know in the comments.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Nina's Nightmare, Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. To commemorate the Spooky Grand Prix, this kart racing remaster introduced a brand new track that screamed Halloween. The track shines a spotlight on Nina Cortex, Neo Cortex's gothic niece. Or is she his daughter? Either way, Nina's Nightmare is a gateway into the character's warped imagination. Literally, the race commences with a levitating key unlocking a gate, sending racers on a petrifying path made up of decrepit windmills, dark woods, and a mansion modeled after Nina's twisted personality. Also present is the Pumpkin Lord, who will squash you with his tree-like legs if you're not careful. With the excitement of a roller coaster and an appropriately spooky atmosphere, Nina's Nightmare delivers the thrills in more ways than one. All that's missing is a hearse.
Easy.
Level 7, The Simpsons Hit and Run.
And people say I'm slow. Wait a minute, that was an insult. I'm a lean, mean speed thingy.
Whenever Kang and Kodos show up, you know that the Simpsons are in store for a scare. In the 7th and final level of this game, Springfield is given a Treehouse of Horror makeover. Taking place on October 31st, Homer must thwart the aliens while also dealing with a zombie apocalypse.
Ow, my head!
As fun as the missions are, the best part of this level is simply exploring this unique version of Springfield, which has become littered with Halloween-themed references and visual gags. Krusty Burger is now Zombie Burger, the Quick E-Mart has been revamped as the Spooky Mart, and on the house you can even find graffiti reading, "No TV, make Homer go crazy." It's every bit as memorable as Homer's last trip to the third dimension.
Yeah, mindless destruction. This town is going to pay for this.
Ghostly Garden, PacMan World. Ghosts have been a staple of the Pac-Man franchise ever since his arcade days, so when the character made a leap to the 3D platformer genre, it only made sense for the game's final world to possess a haunting vibe. While we could have singled out any of the 4 levels that make up Talkman's mansion, Ghostly Garden is the most notably Halloween-y. Ghosts aren't the only obstacle that Pac-Man has to worry about in this graveyard-like setting. Giant bats, skeletons, and floating coffins are also scattered throughout. The falling leaves in the air also give the level a genuine autumn feeling. While you won't find any candy, you'll come across plenty of fruit, which Pac-Man prefers to munch on anyway. Pumpkin Hill, Sonic Adventure 2.
I know that it's here, rock a sensitive feet. I can't see it, but it's around somewhere.
You can run, but you can't hide from the ghosts that occupy Pumpkin Hill. On his quest to collect the Master Emerald's missing pieces, Knuckles finds himself gliding through a mountain range where the hilltops are shaped like jack-o'-lanterns. The setting sun in the background and the illuminated pumpkin heads give the level an atmosphere that's creepy yet cool.
One more left.
The same can be said about the level's theme song, A Ghost's Pumpkin Soup, which complements Knuckles' fearless attitude and the eerie sentiment of Halloween. For whatever reason, though, King Boom Boo doesn't attack Knuckles until later in the game. Subcon Forest, A Hat in Time. This nostalgic gem recaptured the magic of classic 3D platformers with several themed worlds to explore. One of the areas that Hat Kid travels to is Subcon Forest, which is crawling with creatures right out of a campfire story. The scene stealer is Snatcher, a mysterious figure who always has a contract ready. You'll have to make a few deals with this devilish character to progress, requiring Hat Kid to do a variety of tasks, the creepiest of which takes Hat Girl to Queen Vanessa's manor, where you'll be hiding under furniture in fear. It all culminates in a boss battle against the Snatcher, who should have worn his thinking cap when he messed with Hat Kid. Creepy Castle, Donkey Kong 64. Second only to the DK rap, Creepy Castle is the most horrifying part of this N64 game. Everything about Creepy Castle has an old-school horror vibe to it, right down to the perpetual dark and stormy night. The level comes complete with all of the hallmarks you'd expect from a haunted castle, including a library with flying books, a ballroom with a giant chandelier, and a museum full of macabre items. Of course, the best parts of Donkey Kong games are always the minecart rides, and this is where Creepy Castle truly shines. With gravestones popping up and a giant Kremling demon trying to snatch you around every turn, this challenge only amplifies everything that makes a traditional minecart ride great. Mad Monster Mansion, Banjo-Kazooie. Before there was Creepy Castle, developer Rare took us to Mad Monster Mansion. Considering that Gruntilda is a wicked witch, it makes sense that one of the worlds in her lair would have a Halloween theme. This haunted mansion is overrun with strange creatures, such as a slumbering ghost, living gravestones, and a ghostly hand that plays the pipe organ. It's not all gloom and doom, however. Mumbo Jumbo gets to try out arguably his most adorable transformation spell, turning you into a pumpkin that's small enough to flush down the toilet. Pumpkin Banjo-Kazooie would fit in well with the Pumpkin Brothers from Moody Maze Marsh in Ukulele. The Lich Yard, Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is a love letter to the side-scrolling platforms of the 8-bit era. The Lich Yard level in particular feels deeply indebted to Castlevania on the NES. Instead of Simon Belmont's whip, though, you use a shovel to fend off the ghosts and ghouls that go bump in the night. This level is at its most intense whenever Shovel Knight finds himself shrouded in darkness, relying on flashes of lightning to guide the way. Instead of menacing music, the Lich Yard features an electrifying track that makes you want to charge headfirst into an army of Tadvolt and Boneclangs to take on the Spectre Knight. It's a level that really brings out the fun side of being scared. Halloween Town, Kingdom Hearts series. Of all the Disney worlds in the first Kingdom Hearts, none stand out quite like Halloween Town. Although Halloween Town is computer animated here, the programmers capture the stop-motion style of the 1993 animated feature. As Sora, Donald, and Goofy team up with Jack Skellington, they come across a few familiar locals, from Halloween Town Square and Dr. Finkelstein's lab to the Curly Hill. All the while, we're treated to a catchy instrumental version of This Is Halloween. Plus, there are 2 Oogie Boogie boss battles, one in his torture chamber and another that sees him fuse with his manor. In Kingdom Hearts 2, we not only get to revisit Halloween Town, but also follow Jack to Christmas Town, bringing together the best of both worlds.
Take this.
Big Boo's Haunt, Super Mario 64. Luigi may be the expert on haunted mansions, but Mario was the first to boldly venture into Big Boo's haunt. Although Mario games are known for being colorful and lighthearted, this level has an unexpected creep factor to it. The chilling music makes it feel as if a ghost is hovering right beside you, whispering into your ear. The level is remembered for many things, such as the ghost hunt, the merry-go-round room, and those giant eyeballs that won't stop staring at you. Yet there's one particular element that secured Big Boo's haunt on our top spot: the mad piano. We'll never forget the first time that seemingly ordinary piano moved, breaking out those razor-sharp teeth. Forget Bowser, this is what terror looks like.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.